since we've got a lot of new people over here as well, we're going to play a game. It's called, we're just calling it the TOD game. It's nothing, it's not like, it's pretty much like the Sim City slash Monopoly slash TOD, whatever we want to call it.
There's more.
There's more to it?
Yes. Everybody gets to be somebody they're not, which is nice. I mean, we have cards, and we're going to assign randomly what your title is going to be for this study. So, and you'll see what I mean when we get back.
So there are three alternatives that we have come up with on how this area needs to develop, which is based on a lot of things we were talking about. One is the NOMI Connect, the second is the Resilient NOMI, and the third is the Smart TOD. These are three concept plans on how this area needs to develop. The alternative one, Guy, Sandrine, can we have those alternatives one on the tables, please? David, where did you keep those?
On the back table.
Yeah, just can we get the alternative ones laid out? And we're going to ask you all to just be on 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. Just put yourself on tables. If you can just do that right now. Just put yourself on those tables. Kevin, would you like to just be the facilitator on one? Mark Lee, just raise your hand. Mark Lee, that's in our team. Mark Lee's got his hand raised. He's going to be on that table. All right. Is everyone settled down? Settled down? David? Is everyone settled down? All right. We're going to get 2 more people over here. Both of them are here with you. We're going to join this table, sir. So the rule of the game is you're not who you really are. You are what you have in front of you, which is you're a Parks and Rec director, for example. You're a mortgage loan officer. Whatever you guys are, you have to pretend as if you are that person, not what you stand for. You are DOT director, so you're going to be talking transportation stuff, even if you don't know. Just try to pretend that's who you are. Okay? Does everyone have a role, David? A role? David, can you give a role, please? All right. So the first thing that we're doing, the alternative one in front of you, is improved connectivity is what our focus is with moderate development. We're not talking about development too much over here. We're saying let's improve our connectivity first. So this is what you have. Now, if you can read the map, Mark Lee and everyone will explain it to you. What you need to do is this. Please look at the screen. What do you like? What do you dislike? What is missing? Here are the trade-offs you need to fight about, or at least discuss about. How do you fund these mobility improvements that we're proposing? Where is the financing source for that coming in? Is it the private sector? Is it the grants? Is it the taxes? What are we going to talk about? How do we create destinations? Because for you to walk from A to B or A to D, you need to have a pleasant environment to walk. You don't want to walk on death streets. How do you create that destination? What we're looking for also in your group is to select priority redevelopment sites. What do you think along this area are the sites that need to be redeveloped? For everyone. For everyone. So you got to defend. If the council member, who is actually a council member, all right, and you would be looking at the interests of, while you're looking at the interests of the transit. So you have to say, all right, I want you guys to put more, you need to acquire redevelopment sites near the transit station. Well, they have to convince you, no, that doesn't work. So it's going to be an interesting game. You need to just change. You can't be you. And you have 5 minutes. So on the map, what we would not, on the map, just write first, what is it that you do not like about here? Whether it's looking at, you don't want the station over here, anything you do not like right now on what's being shown. These are improvement of intersections. Safer intersections is what you needed. If you think we need more intersections that need to be improved, put that on. I'm sorry? Yeah. All right, David, Chris, you're helping, right? On this, you're the facilitator. Yeah, you are by default. Can you please also select the priority redevelopment sites? What sites need to be redeveloped over here? What is the sites that need to be acquired, maybe? As we were David was talking about, and Kevin was talking about land acquisition. Kevin, oh, there are two Kevins. Kevin Griner. I don't know Kevin G or is it Kevin G? And all right, can we get them to also select the land acquisition kind of thing, as well as the land users? All right, David, Chris, reporting time. Kevin's. All right. 2 more minutes. Please wrap up and you'd have to report. David, 8:15. We got to wrap it up. All right, start.
Anybody want to be a spokesperson here? Well, no one's paying. All right. Where do you go? Oh, there you are. Okay. The big ideas for this group over here, you have to all, now you're done. It's like the game, you know, you're done.
Yep, game's done.
Everybody wins, though. The big idea here was Wynwood as an example for the redeveloped properties. If you've been to everybody's been to Wynwood, right? Wynwood. The station, help me out here if I'm saying anything wrong, but the station could be located further from the intersection than close, from 125th, 123rd, but could actually slide north or could slide south. And the reason for that was?
We want to keep people off 125 and get them into the little finger channels of the neighborhoods.
Yeah. So the connectivity then moves to the north and to the south of the intersection, which is kind of interesting. So now you've got the connecting roadways are off 125th, and maybe they become like the side secondary roads that become the major pedestrian, bicycle, and local traffic corridors. 125th functions like it always does. It conveys 1 billion cars every day, people going east and west, and we don't bother them. They do what they do. If they decide that they want to become a then they do a right or left turn, depending on where the station is, and they park in a what? Structured parking. Now, if you decide you're going to pull the structured parking, you need what? You need mixed use or some kind of building to support it, right? You need some kind of...
Well, we're saying the shared use with the existing condos.
Yes.
Structured parking.
Yes.
You take over the parking lot of the condos.
Okay.
Shared use.
John said, take away the... No, he didn't say that. I did. Take away the parking, surface parking near the tall high-rise building on the northeast corner. We trade that for a parking structure, shared parking with the transit station and that building. And then we add more mixed use in there. So now we've got parking that supports mixed use. The existing building is shared with it. And we've got a bridge over the top because that's how these stations always work. So now we're crossing over the top of the tracks with a tower on both sides or some kind of elevator structure. And we kind of do the same thing on the opposite side where we do traffic coming in from east and west. Commuter traffic still stays on 125th. That's kind of where we ended up. Oh, yeah, and the trail adjacent to the railroad tracks as well seemed like a good idea. And connecting to the school and the green space on the south side. That's what we got.
All right, good job.
Thanks.
Over to you.
Okay, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here. But what we worked on is we looked at moving the station actually away from 125th up north along the tracks to 127th. If we acquire a little bit of land here on the corner, we create pedestrian walkway over the tracks, and if this area is rezoned into a more entertainment-friendly, mixed-use development-friendly area, then I think that gets us away from the hustle and bustle of 125th into a better 127th Street, maybe do some pedestrian redevelopment along 127th, better sidewalks, dedicated bike lanes, beautification efforts, traffic calming, and then what else? That would definitely require some intersection improvements in the area with a lot of people walking around, and then we believe when acquiring the land in between 127th and 125th along the tracks. That way, right next to the tracks, you can funnel traffic in from 125th, and that's where you have your parking structures, your solar panels, your park and rides, things like that.
All right. Good. All right. You are the speaker, right?
Hello, everybody. So we went over a lot of areas that we would like to see redeveloped that are seriously degraded homes or apartment complexes, and we've marked a lot of them close to W.J. Bryan. We'd like to see them as a mixed-use kind of environment. We made a huge mention to Dixie Highway, how it seriously needs a good looking at and redevelopment, higher, more mixed. It's a great avenue, and it would also be great to make that more pedestrian friendly or bike friendly because it's a very scary road to be on. We did a Jane's Walk, and we walked through the neighborhoods and everything, and brought light to that within our community. We also have the M1 districts that are close to, what is that? The railroad tracks, 131st all the way to 127th. We'd love to see that. Maybe mix in some affordable housing we have here and rezone it. No rezone, I'm sorry. Keep industrial. Yeah, because that's about the only industrial zone that we have in North Miami that's needs some redevelopment over there just to beef it up a little bit. We also have beautiful, there is the area that is close to 135th by the Enchanted Park that is also, I thought, would be a great place for the train station because there's already one group that's pretty much purchased everything alongside that road, so maybe we could approach them with that perspective. Yeah, it's a giant train. Yeah. And then definitely no more storage units. I mean, I think we have quite a bit of those that we don't need any additional ones. And then there are many parks such as where the fountain is off of Dixie Highway that it'd be great for places like that to add more benches, more shaded areas that people can just walk to and relax and enjoy our city that's so beautiful. And we do like the train station off of 125th. There's some much needed attention in that area. There's a lot of older homes that are kind of looking rough over there, as well as repair shops that have been there a long time, the dollar store. So we could use some attention over there to redevelop it and make it a little bit more. Anything else you guys want to mention?
Also, right now, the city of North Miami has pledged $1 million for the train station on 123rd Street. That's where the city of North Miami, by resolution, wants it. There's people in the county government, and I'm not going to mention her name, who's trying to hijack it and bring it up to 151st Street because they think the shuttle buses from Bal Harbor, Surfside, and Bay Harbor won't have to travel as far west to 16th Avenue as they would off of Biscayne Boulevard. North Miami and North Miami Beach feel that that's a mistake because they want to put a station on 163rd Street and one on 123rd Street. It makes sense because they're both corridors to the beach as opposed to just 151st Street. So it's something that North Miami, as a residents and business owners, have to fight so that it doesn't get relocated there. But unfortunately, we don't have the pulpit like the person who has who's been very good for North Miami has always looked out for us, but I think misdirected by having that train station at 151st Street. I don't think Solomon needs it, nor FIU. They can both be accommodated at 163rd and 123rd Street. Thank you.
No, and then also we want to preserve 135th west of Biscayne as a boulevard as now, so that it does not become a fast road for the FIU students.
Okay.
One of the things that I like, one of the things that I like to see happen, I'm on the planning commission, we talked about this, between Northeast 16th Avenue from 123rd North to Arch Creek, parallel with the tracks, that could become now a compact urban center. You know, the Land Use Institute said people should work, live, and play in the same area. If we're looking at mass transit, we should redo this whole area for mixed use, high rise, you know, and I'm having a debate. Well, we need luxury apartments. We need people with disposable income. I said many times over before the city council, I'd rather have a wealthy city helping poorer people than a poor city helping nobody. Okay? And that's what's going to happen if we keep going the way we're going without development. And this whole area in there is ripe for redevelopment with that transit overlay district. And we should go out there and take a good look at it. You have Johnson and Wales over there, which really cleaned up the neighborhood, brought back a lot of life. But this would be an area that if we redevelop, you would redevelop your downtown. Thank you.
But that's his opinion.
That's right, and my opinion counts.
So it's not the opinion.
Yeah, that's another opinion. That's one more opinion. All right, thank you so much. Um, yeah, can you, everyone please just turn around. Last one. All right, so we wanted to do a lot more and get a lot more out today, but because you guys were so interested in the first alternative, we did not get to the second and third. June 14th, please save the date, 6 o'clock. We will not put 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., 6 o'clock again. Now, I just want to question, does that work for you all? Does 6 o'clock work or no? Earlier. 7. Someone wants it late. So it's 6. Because if one says yes, the other says 7, it's 6 o'clock. So 6 is fine. June 14th, again over here, we would request you all to please come in. We're going to take all this, what you said, we're going to make it cooler, we're going to make it even more relevant to North Miami, and we're going to bring it back to you for more input. All right? Thank you again for all your time and attention. Have a good night.